They told you my story, didn't they, Diana? They told you every little detail. So you finally know the truth. The cheetah isn't the bad one. I am.
I don't believe that, Barbara.
Yes, you do. You know I'm an animal that's been bad. That's why you put me in a cage. But I like it here. It's where I belong, with the world the way it is.
One day you'll feel differently, and I'll still be here for you.
Face the truth, Diana! Not everyone can be saved. Not everyone wants to be saved. I'm in Pelletier, just as requested. Yes, I can wait. Just tell me when Black Manta arrives. Cheetah out.
Her name is Barbara Minerva now, but she's gone by Priscilla Rich, Deborah Domain, and Sabrina Ballesteros. Each one of these identities is wanted for multiple crimes, Diana. Fraud, theft, assault, even attempted murder. And I theorize this is only the tip of the iceberg.
She knows how to cover her tracks.
This can't be.
It is. She was a criminal long before she met you.
My best friend was never my friend at all. Barbara was right. I was naive. I still am. How could I have put my trust in someone like her? How could I not see what she really was?
Because you were giving people the benefit of the doubt. You were looking for the good instead of the bad. Something I admire about you. Something I try to do myself.
If I can't trust my own instincts, I can't trust anyone.
You have an entire team of people you can trust. You can trust me.
I don't know that much about you, Superman.
Let's change that.
I don't believe this. Do you believe it?
Well, of course I do.
Wonder Woman and Superman are sitting right there in our diner.
Ask them how they like my pancakes.
Excuse me, folks. How is everything?
They're very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
How did you know my name?
He's Superman, Mary. He knows everyone's name. I brought you here because I wanted you to meet the nice couple that runs this diner. And the families that come here. This is why I'm Superman.
To protect Smallville.
To protect places like this. When we were stopping Darkseid from transforming this world into a fire pit, or keeping David Graves from unleashing an army of parasitic spirits on the world, this is the world I'm fighting for.
And this is where you grew up?
It's where the rocket carrying me from Krypton landed, where the Kents found me, where they taught me that life was about using your talents to help make the world a better place, something you decided to do on your own.
Can I meet your parents?
They passed on some time ago now. The farm's run by another family who leases the fields, but I kept the house I grew up in. Every once in a while, I need to come home to remember.
It's beautiful, Clark.
There is life outside the Watchtower, outside the Justice League. And it's a good life, Diana. Don't let the evil and corruption we battle every day make that any less true. Sometimes good is what it appears to be. Good.
I thought so, but sometimes that feels too simple now.
Sometimes it's still that simple. As simple as Smallville.
How are we looking?
Missiles are ready for test, sir.
Launch in 40 minutes, 22 seconds.
What is it? What's wrong?
The countdown was just initiated. And the coordinates of the missiles have been changed, sir.
We're headed to the bottom of the ocean.
20 seconds to detonation.
This has to be a malfunction. There's nothing down there.
One. It all started in Smallville. Right in this room, I thought about giving up Clark Kent completely. But I like being Clark Kent. I like who I am and who my parents were. So I came up with the idea of a dual identity. I thought about wearing a mask like Bruce does, but as close as we are, Batman's going for something different than I am. I'd rather good people trust me than bad people fear me. I think they need to see your eyes for that, so Clark Kent wears a mask instead of Superman. Here, try it.
You have to be kidding me.
Come on, Diana. You have to unplug sometime. Admiral Corby asked me to call you personally, Victor. His daughter is stationed on USS Mavis.
Why would someone want to sabotage a missile test and fire them into empty ocean?
I don't know. The Navy lost contact with the ship.
If it was done manually, I won't be able to track down anything behind the point of access, but security cameras should give us visual once I do. I'd boom down to handle this right now, but without a direct link to the carrier, I can't pinpoint its location. If I miss, I'll drown.
We've been ready to add the additional environmental protective modes to you for months.
Which requires replacing the one lung I have left. I'll pass.
I wouldn't have bypassed Argus and called you myself if it wasn't for Admiral Corby's personal request. There's nothing a parent cares more about than their child. You know that, don't you, son?
Dad? Dad's comm system is rebooting, Batman. But for an electrical surge to hit us in the Watchtower while there's a communications blackout on a US supercarrier? This can't be a coincidence.
Please, don't hurt her! You should have thought of that before you agreed to testify against Professor Cray.
Hang tight, and I'll see what I can do from here, Vic.
Okay.
Keep trying to connect with the ship.
Yeah.
I'll call your father and tell him you were all right.
You don't need to do that.
Eject.
Bye to you, bats!
My kid says Aquaman's really from Atlantis. That's the tabloids Aquaman lives in the lighthouse outside of Boston with his mermaid. How do you know that? My cousin's on the force up there.
Your cousin worked with him like Gordon works with Batman.
Oh yeah, sure. You got an aqua signal that throws 50 pounds of fish food into the bay whenever a sailboat capsizes.
What are you doing in Gotham?
Don't tell me you're upset that I helped stop these kidnappers.
I appreciate the assistance taking down Scarecrow's men, even if I don't need it.
Well, I need yours. I know we don't see eye to eye on how to lead the Justice League, and we need to talk about that. But first, I've got a problem. The fish are swimming away from the entire northeastern seaboard, from Boston all the way down to Gotham. They aren't responding to my telepathic commands, which means their survival instincts are at full drive. The last time this happened, it was on an isolated beach where a group of flesh-eating creatures rose from the oceans and attacked a town. I thought they'd been taken care of. But if these things are back, and in numbers greater than before, it's a Justice League-level problem, not just...
Watch out, he's got a gun! I'm not going to jail again!
I hope no one's hurt, gentlemen.
Batman, you've met Mira.
Speechless. Or just a little wet, I guess. I've followed a dozen different schools of fish, Arthur, and none of them are going to any place specific. They're just swimming away.
Nothing again. Something's scaring them.
You look concerned.
I thought you came here to help with the USS Mavis.
What about the USS Mavis?
The water? Oh my god.
Clark?
Yeah?
This actually works.
I know.
How? Why?
Well, I'd guess most of the time when they do get a look at us, they see us from far away, or they're looking up at us from the ground. More important, I don't think people even consider that way.
Hide among them.
No, not hide. I just don't think a lot of people imagine we have a life outside of the Justice League. I think it's Superman and Wonder Woman 24/7.
It is for me.
If I had an extended family like yours, maybe it'd be for me too. But even a goddess deserves a dinner out, Diana.
I've never had one. Not like this.
Hopefully it's the first of many. Hey, what happened to the lights?
Clark? What is it?
It's a job for us. Oh man, Lois, what a shot! This is insane!
You're insane, Jimmy! Run!
Did you hear that?
Superman and...
Did Superman and Wonder Woman just catch an aircraft carrier?
Yes, they did!
You look jealous.
The water's still coming!
We can hold some of it back with the ship. I can turn more of it into steam. Lois!
There are people on the streets who need our help, Superman.
And there are still people inside the ship. Damn it! We can't save everyone! I have you, human. Lois? Lois, are you alright?
Thanks to this man.
Batman, it's Cyborg. Satellite's back online. Boston was hit by a tidal wave, along with Metropolis.
My name is Volko. I need to find King Arthur, his brother. He has to stop him. He'll sink it all.
The water's receding, Cyborg?
The next wave's about to hit Gotham. They've declared a citywide evacuation.
There's no mistaking what this is, Arthur.
What is it?
This is the first strike. An initial attack flooding the most heavily populated areas. A direct ground assault is next. My God. They're following the Atlantean war plans.
How do you know that?
Because I wrote them. They're lucky I saw the light. And heard one of them shouting underwater. Barbara.
What the hell just happened?
Barbara's safe, Jim. She wasn't anywhere near the east side when the water hit. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Harvey and I were on the roof activating the signal. The Scarecrow's thugs kidnapped a witness.
We pulled him and some of your officers from the docks. We rescued everyone we could from the water.
How many?
As many as we could.
No. How many didn't make it out?
It looks like we should be building a freaking ark. What the hell's going on?
We're under attack, Bullock.
By who?
Atlantis.
Atlantis? I thought that was just a gimmick.
Gimmick?
Mad Hatter ain't from Wonderland, is he? Whoa! Since when does water go up?
Since Mirror.
All these people.
Mira! Got you.
I tried to push back what I could, but...
You did the impossible. You saved hundreds of lives.
I could feel them in the water as I moved it, Arthur. Bodies. There are so many bodies down there.
If Cyborg hadn't alerted the city beforehand, and if we hadn't been here, it could have been a lot worse.
It will be a lot worse, Arthur. If your brother is following the Atlantean war plans, first the floods, then ground assault, and then...
I know, but we have to keep their own goal between us right now. I don't want to panic the League.
You have to tell them, Arthur. You have to warn the Justice League that if this progresses, if Atlantis continues their attack, they're going to sink whatever city they target. And if it's not Gotham...
I don't see any internal injuries, but it's hard to tell. I'm not even sure he has lungs.
No lungs? I'm guessing he's an Atlantean.
Hey, where is King Arthur? Calm down. Ah! There isn't any time!
Take a swing again, and so do I.
Hey, I'm sorry, but you have to listen. You have to find Arthur. Every moment we wait, Atlantis is one step closer. If he was still king, they never would have done this.
Pere's clearing out the rest of the streets. Commissioner Gordon and his men are going to help recover the bodies. Once Mira's done in Gotham, she'll head to Metropolis to do the same.
The waves hit, and it all goes quiet. Where's Atlantis?
They're waiting.
For what?
To see what city was hit the hardest. That's where they'll rise out of the ocean.
According to these Atlantean war plans you mentioned?
Yes, they plan to sink a city.
And you know this because you wrote those plans.
With my brother, years ago. I was in a different frame of mind.
So I gathered. Why is Atlantis attacking? Why now? I thought you were their king.
Not anymore. Look, they wouldn't do this unless they were provoked.
Provoked?
That missile test that sent those tomahawks straight to the ocean floor, they must have detonated on or near Atlantis. That's why.
You're justifying their attack.
No, I'm trying to explain it. You need to understand, Batman. Atlantis' interactions with the surface world have been sailors slaughtering its people in nuclear tests and environmental disasters poisoning their oceans. They're an extremely superstitious, protective, and aggressive people as it is. You come at them straight on, and they'll come back at you 10 times harder. But they can be reasoned with.
They've already killed people, Arthur.
And they'll kill more if they think they're being threatened.
I know these people are your people.
They are not my people.
You're the one that said the League has to stop keeping secrets from one another. What aren't you telling me?
I nearly died trying to find Atlantis. When I finally did, yes, they welcomed me with open arms. Even my brother, who cherishes Atlantean law, stepped down from the throne. But within weeks, there was dissension. Some called me the Impure King, a half-human surface dweller. There was a movement to change the laws and reinstate my younger brother a full Atlantean. During that time, I tried to be what they wanted me to be. I turned my back on the surface world. I saw it the ugly way they do. Until Darkseid came, and the Justice League was founded. It gave me a place to go.
I'm beginning to understand how hard this is going to be for you, Arthur. But you're still trying to rationalize their actions. And there is no rationalizing an attack like this, whatever the catalyst. Provoked or not, if your brother is behind this, the Justice League is bringing him in. That's the way it has to be.
What's that?
Incoming. We need to move.
I don't see or hear anything. Had to be Atlantean long-range weapons.
How did they know you were with me?
They were aiming for you, not me. When I wrote those war plans, I knew even before we met that you'd be a threat.
I'm flattered. Who else is on your hit list?
Dr. Stephen Shin.
The disasters in Boston, Metropolis, and Gotham are still gone unexplained. The rumors that this wasn't... I don't think I have this right. An attack from Atlantis? are emerging out of Gotham. Whatever the case, hundreds have already been confirmed dead.
Batman? You okay? The Batplane just went offline.
The Batplane's down, but we're fine.
I tried to contact the Flash, but he's not answering. Reports said he was dealing with some kind of primal attack, unrelated.
Aquaman says he won't be a specific target for the Atlanteans.
You and Aquaman need to get to the Watchtower. Superman and Wonder Woman have an Atlantean in custody. Says his name's Vulko.
The silence up here. It's like home.
Who is he?
Arthur.
Vulko's the first Atlantean I ever met. He'd been exiled since my mother's death. He was her royal advisor, and then mine. He's as close to family as I have left.
Your brother thinks this was an attack from the surface.
It was...
an accident, I know. Atlanteans die, then humans drown. Now we're on the brink of war. Arthur, someone targeted Atlantis on purpose. Someone wanted to start this. I just don't know who. President's declaring a state of emergency across the East Coast. We need to decide on a plan of action and get back down to Earth. You need to go to your brother, Arthur. Tell him the missiles were a mistake. Stop this before it starts. And bring your brother in to answer for this.
It's more complicated than that, Superman. There was confusion.
This wasn't a warning shot, Aquaman.
He's not a supervillain. He's the leader of an underwater nation.
He's a murderer now, Arthur.
Guys, I have something massive in the water that just appeared off the coast of Boston.
Cyborg, I need you to go to Maine and find Dr. Stephen Shin.
The biologist who outed you?
Atlantis assassins will be targeting him just like they did Batman. You have to give me a chance to bring in my brother peacefully.
You have it.
But Batman...
One chance, Arthur.
Thank you.
You're almost to shore. Hang on.
You will tell me where he is. Where is your king? I am speaking your language correctly, am I not? Where is the king of your lands?
I don't know who you're talking about. The president?
I am talking about the great King Arthur. Your ruler, human.
Oh.
How fragile these surface beings are. They breathe through these tiny holes. Or they don't breathe at all.
Let him go, Orm.
Your people seem confused, brother.
They're not my people. Not in the way you'd think. I'm not their king.
If you aren't ruling them, what have you been doing up here?
Where's the Atlantean army?
Just beneath the surface, waiting for my signal. Your people broke our agreement, Arthur.
Orm, listen, there was no agreement. None that the surface world knew anything about. They don't even think Atlantis exists.
I find that difficult to believe.
This has all been a horrible mistake.
Mistake? It's called carelessness. It's what humans are at their very core. I do not want to be here, Arthur. The dirty air and the weight it puts on you are unpleasant. But my hand has been forced by human incompetence. I have grieving families, frightened citizens, angry soldiers.
You need to send the Atlanteans home. And come with me.
No. We are going to sink this city into the ocean. This Boston will be a cautionary tale. Or not. Who knows? Perhaps one day these foolish surface dwellers will refuse to believe Boston ever existed either.
I said I would handle this.
We've been listening, Arthur.
And it doesn't sound like it's being handled.
Are these three your rulers?
No. You need to give me more time.
We're already tracking Atlanteans moving into either side of the city, Aquaman. There is no more time.
Your brother's coming with us.
I'm sorry, but you forced my hand.
Our oceans are as alien as outer space. I read 70% of our planet is covered in water, but 95% of that has never been explored. Ever since Darkseid, we've been worried about threats outside of our world, but the greatest ones could be from it. Who the hell really knows what's in the ocean? Not a single one of Orm's soldiers have risen from the water, and already hundreds are dead. The Justice League must let Arthur reason with Orm. This war with Atlantis cannot happen. Are there any signs of the Atlanteans yet, Cyborg?
No, thankfully, Volko. And I've located Dr. Shin. Arthur said he was one of his mentors, like you, but...
King Arthur referred to me as one of his mentors. I am very honored.
But why would the Atlanteans want Dr. Shin dead?
Dr. Shin studied Arthur's Atlantean biology for years, Cyborg, and he immersed himself in Atlantean history. He knows more about Atlantis and Arthur than anyone else on the surface world.
But from what I've downloaded and sorted through, Dr. Shin didn't amount to anything but a few headlines in the tabloids.
Military is watching the waters closely now to see if Atlantis is actually behind these tidal waves, but efforts to move in have been hindered by the storm. He might be considered less than a threat today, but when Arthur and his brother wrote the Atlantean war plans, they thought Dr. Shin had the potential to become their greatest enemy. They'll believe me now. They'll have to. But with this knowledge, he may prove invaluable in stopping Atlantis.
Then I'll go get him. Dr. Shin! Ugh! I need you to step out of the car and come with me.
You all know, don't you? Atlantis does exist. Dr. Shin located.
Drift 1, requiring assistance.
Drift 2 and 3 en route.
What are you doing, Aquaman?
You attack my brother now, and an entire army rises out of the ocean. I know this is crazy, but the only way Orm will take my words seriously is if I show strength, commanding you to leave. In Atlantean culture,
Your brother's already killed people.
He flooded Gotham. Families were trapped in their cars. People drowned. We gave you a chance, but...
Who are these air breathers, Arthur?
Keep your distance, Orm.
Are you the surface dwellers' king?
Batman, what are you do-
Powder?
What was that?
Enough potassium to spark an exothermic reaction with the water. It shouldn't hurt them.
fight him.
Permanently.
And you're only going to make things worse.
You just did, Arthur.
I'm trying to protect both worlds, Diana.
If it was the Amazons coming ashore to destroy this city, I'd be fighting against them instead of fighting my friends.
Ah! I know someone has to answer for this, but if Atlantis comes out of the water, every single soldier, thousands of them, will fight until their dying breath.
So will I. Ha!
I thought you understood, Bruce.
As best as I can, Arthur. But if we can work together, we can... Ah!
These air breathers are fragile, aren't they? A second charge should end him. This surface dweller raised his hand to me. Me, the king of Atlantis. It is my right to kill him.
No! Atlantean law doesn't apply here.
You confuse me, brother. Has breathing air for so long damaged your mind? First you threaten me, then you attack those who threaten me, then you threaten me again.
Listen to me, Orm. You're going back into the water and you're ordering the Atlanteans to go home. Do it. Now.
I had believed perhaps this counterattack against your kingdom would be a satisfactory retribution for the weapons fired upon Atlantis. But then I come here and I discover you are not their leader. Why are you trying to simply be one of them? You're better than them. Mother would be disappointed. I know I am. You've abandoned our world and joined another. A world that has done nothing but attack and poison us for centuries.
I don't want to hurt you. Surrender now.
They hate us, you see. But we are done fearing the surface. We are done living in terror. It is time for war. It is time to fight back.
F2 for engaging. Both his joints to it.
What a strange machine.
Come on, Doc! Take a deep breath. The first time always hurts.
Bus time? Where's Batman? Do you see him?
By the docks. He's unconscious. I'm working my way toward him.
Put down your weapons. Stop this.
You are no longer a king.
The sea life has already fled the coast, Arthur. They will not hear your cries for help. But the ocean will heed mine.
King Ormhasa! Atlanteans! Retreat!
That creature is boiling the ocean.
Superman's the most powerful being on the planet, Orm, and you've pissed him off.
He thinks he can take control of the oceans from its king? Superman is mistaken. My crown controls the oceans. My trident, the storms. You You are sentenced to the dark waters, brother. As are your allies.
Where are we?
The Justice League satellite.
The watchtower.
You'll be safe here. You and Volko can compare notes, see if
We have to do something, Cyborg. You have to help Arthur and the others. The Atlanteans have taken the League.
Where?
Into the water.
May they suffer as the surface will. We sink this city today.
The Atlantean army is in Boston, Silas. And if they continue to conjure up these storms, thousands more will be killed. Tens of thousands. We need a weapon that can take control of the weather from them.
It's too dangerous, Dr. Morrow.
My weather machine would be completely under my control.
You built that android with technology recovered from the monitor machine, Thomas. Technology from another dimension that is yet to be properly processed. It's unstable, and I would not authorize it. You want some robots to help? Call Dr. Magnus.
Will Magnus is a misanthropic child, and Project Metal Man is a failure. The military is already in the process of shutting it down. Our only chance is my weather machine. If we don't bring him online now, who else will help us?
Victor.
The Atlanteans have the Justice League, Dad. They dragged them into the ocean. Can you still add that environmental mode? Make it so I can operate underwater?
Of course, but...
Then do it!
Victor, you know what we'd have to do. Your remaining lung.
Goes in the trash. Just keep my brain and my heart intact, Dad. You told me that's all I need to still be me, right? How long will this take?
We'll perform the operation as quickly as possible.
How long, Dad?
We'll need at least a few hours.
Then I've got no choice but to ask for help. We wanted to vet these guys before bringing them on board, but there's no time. Connect me to the grid.
Connected.
This is Cyborg of the Justice League. We need your help. The world needs your help.
What's Cyborg doing? Who's he talking to?
Welcome to the Justice League.
Reinforcements. We should wait for Sarah.
So she can try and talk me out of this?
She knows your breathing systems better than Dr. Morrow or I, Victor.
Atlantis is tearing through Boston and the Justice League's been dragged into the ocean. I need this upgrade to go get them.
Without lungs, you'll make a slight hushing sound when your system exhales.
Stop stalling, Dad.
I'm going to take you offline for the operation.
Offline?
Get some rest, son. We need to move quickly, Thomas.
We wouldn't have to subject your son to this horrific operation if you just agreed to letting me activate the android.
I'm not having this discussion again, Thomas.
But the red tornado could... What is that?
File processing. Victor uploaded a video signal of some kind. His mind's gone dormant, but he's still running a program. The file's been badly corrupted, but he's trying to rebuild it.
Why?
To see what triggered the missiles that started this. The League was last seen fighting Aquaman before they vanished. We can only speculate as to what's going on out there, but it appears Aquaman's siding with Atlantis in this attack. You ask me, he was probably planning this from the beginning, since he joined the Justice League. They are twisting things. Arthur would never betray us. But you betrayed him before, didn't you? Because you desperately wanted to be credited for the discovery of Atlantis' existence. And now, You will be. You appear to be a broken old man, but looks can be deceiving, can't they? Arthur told me all about you during the very first days I served him. Who are you? My name is Volko, former advisor to the throne of Atlantis and loyal to King Arthur until the end. If you were judged in Atlantis for your crimes against the king, you would have been executed. Instead, Arthur sent Cyborg to save you from death. Even after everything you've done, he still protects you. That is true heroism. True valor. You have none of that, do you? Keep your distance. Arthur and his league are lost. The Atlanteans pulled them into the water. Where did they take them? Orm has given them a death sentence. He's banished them to the dark waters.
Aquaman.
Batman. You okay?
My regulator is adjusting the oxygen levels to avoid toxicity, and I've activated a beacon to alert Cyborg. Though voice communication isn't getting through, we must be getting on the other side of Thermoclean. Laser cutter should get me out.
I'd recommend sitting tight. The pods are designed to keep the imprisoned alive, so they're maintaining pressure.
My suit can handle extreme pressures.
Not this extreme, Bruce.
How deep are we?
Bottom of the ocean. Maybe further. I'm going to gather what bioluminescent fish I can, in order to light up the area.
We don't need light to see where we are.
You have a power I don't know about?
This isn't the first time I've been trapped in a confined space. Subsonic emitters will help map the area. Our Justice League communicators can construct a 3-dimensional hologram of it.
Sonar?
Never leave home without it.
We're in the Mid-Atlantic Trench. This is where the man-eating creatures I told you about came from.
That's why they want us in these pods alive.
Eaten alive. Ancient Atlantean punishment. Although usually by
Superman
chance.
Or Wonder Woman.
Below us, I think, there's something else carved down into the rock. It looks like a temple of some kind.
I thought we were at the bottom of the trench. Is it Atlantean?
Possibly. I found an ancient Atlantean craft down here, but it was clearly lost when it crashed.
Sonar's picking up something approaching.
Fish are here.
Aquaman. What's going on?
One of the creatures, but there'll be more.
How many more?
I sealed the trench, but someone obviously opened it, and at least some of these creatures survived. Could be dozens, or hundreds. We need to find Superman and Wonder Woman and get out of here before we're overrun. I dropped my communicator, so I'm going to need you to talk me through the area.
It looks like they're in a chamber under us. I can lead you there.
It was a mistake to try to talk to my brother.
What was a mistake was turning on your friends. We're both at fault.
There's something weird about all this, Batman. What if my brother triggered the missile strike himself?
Why would he do that?
I'm not sure, but someone with Atlanteans by his side stole a scepter from me that's capable of sinking entire islands. This can't be a coincidence. If Orm sinks Boston, millions die. Let's just hope someone else is leading the charge up there.
Back to the sea or the grave!
Hawkman just split that guy's head open! Don't worry about Hawkman running. Concentrate on turning the water around these Atlanteans into helium. To make them talk funny? To dry them out. I read that was Aquaman's kryptonite. I wouldn't believe anything you read about him now, Jason.
Watch where you're flying, Firestorm! We need to get organized, Black Canary. Where's Batman?
I don't know, Vixen. Can't you get a scent on him?
All I smell is seawater.
You all keep holding back like children and people are going to die!
Who made you boss?
I don't think we met before, Black Lightning. I'm Element Woman. Can you believe Cyborg called us? This is so exciting.
Refuse to spill blood in war and you're going to get yourself killed!
Get down, Hawkman!
Set detonator 2 here.
Hawkman, get up!
My brother's allies will not stop us from retribution.
Why did I leave my guild for this?
Retribution for all those tortured, poisoned, and murdered over the centuries by the surface dwellers. They will know the power of Atlantis.
I'm sorry about my parents.
They want to know more about who their daughter's spending time with. I expected the third degree, Sarah.
But not advice on how to take the Lions to the playoffs.
He's a fan, and at least one of our fathers has some interest in what I do.
Victor, it's time to wake up.
No, please. Just a little long...
Victor.
I'm back online.
Your system will supply the oxygen your brain needs now. You can survive in water or in space. Nothing can hurt you.
Yeah.
The reserves you called in to help are slowing Atlantis down.
That's all I need them to do. Grid, keep me updated on their progress.
Affirmative.
Victor, the file you're working on.
Thanks for the help, Dad. Tell Sarah hello for me. I've got a lock on Batman's beacon.
Then let's go get him.
Not very well. Why?
There's something on him.
Feels like an engraving.
Get me closer and I could probably get an image. Some kind of hieroglyphics, a language I don't recognize.
Most likely ancient Atlantean. No one ever thought they'd journeyed this deep.
There's an image of a man holding a scepter. He's wearing a crown.
A king?
And he's striking the ground, triggering some kind of earthquake. I take it this is the scepter you were talking about.
Yes. I can feel the outline of it. And there's something else.
An image of this king and those creatures.
Fighting them?
No. He's leading them, Aquaman.
What could the trench have to do with an Atlantean king?
The rest looks like it's scratched off. Broken, open, and leading into. It's strong enough to affect Superman and Wonder Woman.
The chamber. That creature must have brought Superman and Wonder Woman here. They could be in a state of paralysis by an organic fluid this trench produces. I was hit by a small spattering, and I could feel it tingling against my skin. One hit should.
They're all around us.
Get away from him! Bruce!
What the hell are those things?
Unfriendly.
They don't like loud noise!
Mira, how did you find us?
Cyborg's locked into Batman's signal. It was faint, but it was active.
Help me open these pods, Mira. Vic, make sure Batman stays shut.
You're down here, Vic? You actually went through with it.
You needed me.
Arthur?
The pressure combined with that slime is going to be a shock to both your systems.
You should return to normal momentarily, Superman.
Need to swim up so I can connect with the satellite. Without a link, I can't jump us back to Boston.
You should have stayed. Fought them.
I called in some reserves to help.
Reserves?
We were supposed to clear those with the rest of the team, Vic. With me. Hawkman especially.
No time, Batman. I had to get who I could.
Those creatures might have been frightened off, but they'll be back, and there'll be more.
There should be, Mira, but I don't sense any.
But Arthur...
My king.
What is it?
There's something coming out of the water behind us.
And they will fear us, as we once did them.
My brother must be controlling those monsters. How can Earth do that?
What creatures are these?
With the Atlantean relic, the scepter, Batman and I found some images down there that suggest it not only has the power to sink
Sightings now of another army
but to
coming out of the
command
water.
those creatures.
The trench.
If Orm has a scepter that can sink land, why is he planting detonation devices in Boston to do it? Why not use the scepter himself?
Defragmentation complete.
Silas?
Dr. Shin.
Arthur, the security video from the USS Mavis. I've got it.
I blame you for this. What are you doing? You entangled Arthur in a game of revenge against Black Manta. You turned the world against them.
Orm isn't using the scepter because he doesn't have it.
And when he left Atlantis, they turned against me.
Someone else started this war.
They sent me into exile. They will regret that.
My father often spent his nights warning ships away from the shore. Sometimes he'd catch me staying awake to watch him work. He seemed frightened of something. He never told me what. Until one night, when the worst storm we'd ever seen hit Amnesty Bay, he looked at me and finally admitted, "I'm scared they're coming for you, Arthur." I'd never been more terrified in my life. My father isn't here to warn anyone anymore. But it's too late for warnings. Far too late. Are you all right?
It was Volko, Arthur. He sabotaged the warship. He sent those missiles to Atlantis. He started this war.
Cyborg, where's Volko?
Not here. And the teleporter's history has been wiped.
Why would Arthur's friend want to start a war with Atlantis?
Because Volko was exiled after Arthur left the throne, Superman. I'd guess he's looking for revenge. Though I admit it may be projecting.
What did they do to you, Mara?
It is what they did to my ancestors.
My God. Something else emerging from the water.
Volko's gotten Atlantis where they're most vulnerable, and he's using the dead king's scepter to send the trench after them. This war is my fault.
You didn't attack Atlantis, Arthur.
And you didn't drown hundreds of people.
I left Atlantis in my brother Orm's hands, Wonder Woman, knowing full well how he felt about the surface world, and what the plan was if we ever went to war. Atlantis was my responsibility.
But a war with Atlantis isn't. It's the responsibility of all of us. This is why the Justice League exists.
My brother. He must have figured out how to use his telepathy to control them. But they won't stop us. Nothing will. Again, the winged soldier charges us like a shark, with little more guiding him than bloodlust. My brother's allies are unfocused, ill-trained, and disorganized.
What are you doing, Fires?
Changing the water into steam.
You're blinding us and choking Zatanna.
I'm sorry, Black Canary. Their armor and weapons are organic. I can't transmute organics, so... Ronnie, to the right. The other right. Ah!
We're in position, my king. E-Device 1 is ready for detonation. E-Device 2 confirmed for detonation's sake.
Atlanteans, prepare for submergence. As soon as the Earth's crust cracks and Boston is in pieces, I will command the oceans to sweep it all away.
Waiting your order, my king.
On my command. Arthur!
The Justice League.
You don't need to prove anything, Aquaman.
I do. To everyone.
Batman, I spotted 2 bombs positioned on opposite ends of the city.
See if you can disable them, Cyborg. And ask the reserves to meet me on the northern docks if they can disengage.
I don't know how you survived the dark waters, Arthur, but I commend you for it. For escaping the trench and taking control of them. Part of me is thankful to see you alive, but I have a duty as king to destroy the enemies of Atlantis. And you are now one of those enemies.
It wasn't a human that fired those missiles into Atlantis, Orm. Volko is behind all of this.
Batman, I'm Element Woman and you are the Awesome.
I need your help finding a man named Volko.
You want him dead or alive?
Your royal servant has done all this? Volko? Lies!
If we work together, we can push the trench back into the ocean. You can still make the right decision. You can still be the king we need right now. Tell the Atlanteans to stand down and
stop treating me like a fool.
Come on, Arthur. What are you waiting for?
Even if Volko was responsible for this, his actions would only confirm the poisonous nature of the surface world. It's corrupted his mind, and yours. All my life I've only wanted to save you, Arthur. When I was a child, I was told stories of the terror the air breathers brought upon us. And when I learned I had an older brother trapped up here, I wept. For years I begged the Atlantean God to rescue you and bring you home, but they refused to venture to this world, which is why I took the throne in the first place. I built up the Atlantean army so I could come here and find you myself, but you found Atlantis first. I wept again that day, because I loved you as any brother should. Your loyalty lies with the surface now. You chose this world over your own, and therefore you've betrayed your brother, your mother, and all of Atlantis. On my command. Detonate!
You're welcome.
Wonder Woman, There's a second bomb!
Superman and I have it, Cyborg.
I'm popping away.
No!
It's over, Orm.
It is not over! My crown will flood this city. It will throw the oceans down upon it, and I will show your world that Atlantis is not afraid. That convict cannot hold the water up forever.
She won't have to. I was as happy as you to discover I had a brother, Orm. To feel like I wasn't so alone. But I am alone. That's the life of a true leader. That's why I never wanted the crown. But I have to take it. So yield. Yield the throne.
I yield, brother.
King Orm has fallen. Kill Aquaman!
You dare attack me even now? Orm has yielded. I am your king!
I surrender.
We cannot fight two wars, Atlanteans. But we don't need to. The surface world is not a threat. They will stand with us against the trench. So stand with me and send these things back to hell.
They keep coming.
Orm?
You are my king too now, brother.
Can you use your telepathy on them, Arthur?
I tried to establish a connection when I first encountered these things, but I can't. We need the dead king's scepter if we want to control them. We need to find Volko.
I am sorry, but this had to be done. The scepter, King Arthur.
What?
I know you will never forgive me for this, but I did it for Atlantis. I did it for you.
For me.
Atlantis can be a great nation again, but it needs your leadership. You have to embrace your birthright. This was the only way you would.
You did this so I would take the throne back? Do you realize how many have died because of you? How could you betray me like this?
Because I love Atlantis, and I love you like a son.
Trench. Go home. Take Volko to Atlantis. He will answer for his crimes against you.
Yes, my king. But what of King of Orm?
He stays here.
Here? Why?
You're under arrest.
But I yielded the throne. I yielded, brother.
And because of that, Orm, you're no longer a foreign leader. There are no laws up here that can grant you immunity for the crimes you've committed.
Crimes? I was protecting our people. Brother, please do not condemn me to the surface. You cannot be that cruel.
I'm sorry, Orm. I truly am.
Cleanup in Boston Metropolis and Gotham as funerals for the people lost continue. The terrorist behind this, the monstrous Ocean Master, is being held in Pelletier prison awaiting trial.
Hello? Hello, are you still there? I'm thirsty again, and I want to talk to my brother. Please let me talk to him. I don't belong here.
Don't belong there, Mira. But I have to go.
The last time you took the crown, the Atlanteans nearly killed you for it.
If I refuse to take the throne now, what does Atlantis do next? Do they storm the beaches again to break out my brother? My brother who is confused and frightened
and unremorseful about the people who died. Arthur, don't make him a martyr like most of the other Atlanteans will. And don't make yourself a martyr either. Don't go. Please don't go.
It's the last thing I want to do. But I can't risk this happening again. I've been pushing these two worlds apart my entire life. But I need to bring them together somehow. Come with me.
You know why I can't.
Can you tell us what the future holds for Atlantis? Are they our enemies, Dr. Shin? Will they attack again? How long have you known about their existence? People called you crazy. Do you feel vindicated? No.
You saw how he hit Superman. He was out of control.
I never thought I'd say this, but he's dangerous.
Atlantis' attack is the event we needed to push this operation through, Colonel Trevor.
We need to do what we haven't done before.
The world's skeptical. They want another team. They need one.
We open our ranks.
The opportunity is now. It's time for recruitment. Starting with the Scarecrow.
It's another big blow to Wonder Woman's Big X. As of today, it's official, folks. Steve Trevor was kicked to the curb by the entire Justice League. Reasons remain unclear why the League's longtime liaison has been cut loose, but many say tensions grew between him and Wonder Woman after Trevor's sister blamed the team for his recent kidnapping. Colonel Trevor survived, but he didn't exactly walk unscathed.
We need to talk, Steve.
Nice of you to stop by and wish me well, Amanda. But no flowers?
Security saw Batman and Aquaman in here.
Security?
The Bureau's top spy.
She's in here?
Not anymore.
You sent her in here to watch me?
To protect you.
Why the hell is everyone trying to protect me?
Because you've made a lot of enemies over the years. You're valuable, even if things with the League are changing.
Changing?
I've agreed to replace you as the Justice League's liaison to Argus.
You what?
The President personally assigned me to do this. I had no choice.
You don't do anything you haven't already planned for. Why do you want this?
We need someone who isn't invested emotionally. You have the same problem you've had since we met, Steve. you keep getting close to the people you work with. In our line of business, that can be an issue. You can make the wrong decisions, and those decisions can cost lives. With David Graves, it almost cost you yours, and your country needs you alive. You're still a tremendous asset to us, Steve. There are missions and tasks that only you can pull off.
You once told me you'd never work with anyone who wasn't expendable again. Whatever you want me to do, the answer's no. I'm done.
Hey, Colonel.
Oliver Queen? Long way from Seattle, aren't you?
Couldn't help but see the news. Looks like they don't want you either. Thought I might buy you.
Lower your voice. We're in public. You never know who's listening. And if you came here to commiserate...
I'm not just here to shed a tear over the Justice League keeping us out of their clubhouse, Colonel. You asked me to keep a lookout for anything that might threaten the League. So I have. Yesterday I got word that someone calling himself Multiplex was planning to hijack a shipment of high-end electronics in Seattle. Turned out that someone could turn into a half dozen.
It's a communicator of some kind. Admittedly a little advanced, but nothing special.
What about the insignia?
I've never seen it before.
Yes, you have. You know exactly what it is. And I think I do too, Colonel. The rumors are true.
I need you to go on an errand for me.
What kind of errand?
The dangerous kind. You'll have to leave your arrows at home.
to let me in. Shattered windows and the sound